Hi, welcome to the Peaceful Home. This is a little bit of a different video for me. I am driving in Central California, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. And I often make this drive to see my dear son and daughter-in-law and their 3 sweet boys, my grandsons. So I take this drive a lot, and for some reason, God always meets me here. Often I can just be worshiping or listening to an audiobook, and I usually have to pull over because I'm crying and I can't see the road. And in this place, the Lord just visits me and speaks to me. He's so good. And today is no exception. And so I just thought, I'm going to pull over and film this video. Today is Monday, the day after Mother's Day. And yesterday, I shared a little bit in church about the value of mothers. I recall the video that I had seen years before, and I was able to find it on YouTube. I will put that link down below. It's short and so worth your time. I encourage you to watch it. But I'm going to tell a portion of it now. And that is the story of a rich man who was visiting the building site of a great cathedral in England. And while he was there, he noticed a builder who was carving a small bird in the side of a beam. And he asked the man, "Why are you spending so much time carving something that no one is going to see?" And the worker replied, "Because God sees." And it's kind of the crux of this whole video, that what we do as homemakers, what we do as mothers, that it might not be noticed or appreciated, but God sees it. He is the one we are truly working for, and everything we do in our homes matters. Everything we do in our home is important work, and it matters to God. It's so easy to lose sight of eternity and to lose sight of the value of what we are doing in laying down our lives for our families. It's easy to get caught up in the pain and frustration of feeling like you're working so hard and no one notices and no one appreciates how tiring it is to care for children and a family. How to work day in and day out with little rest, and how we try to convince ourselves that it's important, but we often don't feel that it is. I would encourage you that anytime you're feeling discouraged and unappreciated, that you take the time to rewatch this video or the video I've linked below and remind yourself that what you do matters. Right now, I'm listening to a book about the life of Mrs. C.S. Lewis, a historical fiction, if you will, about his wife Joy and her life leading up to her marriage to C.S. Lewis. They corresponded for many years before they ever met and way before they ever married. And C.S. Lewis wrote something to her that was just like a knife to my heart, and I want to read you this quote. "My saddest moment, you asked me. Of course, it is obvious. My mother's death when I was 10 years old. She withered away with cancer, and it is the defining, dreadful moment of my life. All stable happiness gone. It was as if the continent of my life sank into the sea." The line that really stuck out to me was "all stable happiness gone." And I just began to think of being a homemaker, and that Lewis really described a beautiful definition of homemaking, providing a stable happiness. We as moms, homemakers, are not perfect. We will make so many mistakes. We will lose our tempers. We will struggle with apathy. We will get weary in well-doing. But if we can continue to show up every day and do our best to allow the Spirit of God to flow through us with the fruits of the Spirit, to provide a stable, happy home for our children, it makes all the difference. This reminds me of one of my husband's favorite verses, Proverbs 24:16. "Though a righteous man falls 7 times, he gets up." I love that because we will fall over and over and over. And often we focus on the falling, but what God's looking at is, do we get up? Do we get up again? His mercies are new every morning. That means today is a new day. And no matter how much you stumbled and blew it yesterday, today you can start again to provide some stability for your children just by showing up. Don't get so caught up in things being perfect that you forget to let joy in, that you forget to provide some happiness and laughter for your children. Look at today as a fresh new start to say, here I am, Lord. I choose to be the manager of my home, to follow you, to realize that what I do matters so much to you and to others. Mama, no one can replace you. No one. You provide a stability for your children that is not available anywhere else. I pray this encourages you. If you're new here, I'm Teresa Elling. We talk about all things home and family on this channel. Thanks for joining me today on The Peaceful Home.